everyone. Today I'm going to be teaching a first grade PE lesson on jumping and landing. The objective of this lesson is for the students to learn the 5 different types of jumps. The 5 different types are taking off from 2 feet and landing on 2 feet, taking off from 2 feet and landing on 1 foot, taking off from 1 foot and landing on 2 feet, taking off on 1 foot and landing on the same foot, which is a hop, and taking off on 1 foot and landing on the other foot, which is a leap. So by completing the 4 activities that I have planned for my students today, they should be able to identify and perform these 5 different types of jumps that I just listed. So students have prior knowledge and experience. So students should already be able to know the different types of body parts that we're going to have to use to be able to perform a jump. And they also have experience jumping over a stationary jump rope because that is part of their kindergarten PE curriculum. So as for today, they are also going to be jumping over a stationary jump rope to kind of reinforce their knowledge of jumping over that stationary object. But we're going to be kind of taking it to the next level, and instead of just doing a basic take off from 2 feet, land on 2 feet jump, they're going to be trying the other jumps too over the stationary object. So the equipment that they're going to need for my 4 activities that I have planned for them today are a hula hoop, which I have right here, and a jump rope. So they're going to need these, and then we're also going to be using a hopscotch square. And then for safety, the students are already aware that we stay in the general space during PE time. They know to stay a safe distance away from each other so that no one gets hit with the jump rope or that they don't accidentally jump into one another. So they know that we stay at least an arm's length apart, but for today, we're going to be extra safe and stay even further apart than that. So now we will get into the activities. Hello first graders, today we're going to be doing a lesson on jumping and landing. There are 5 different types of jumps. So I'm going to tell you one and then I'm going to model it and then you're going to do it, okay? Okay. So the first one is taking off from 2 feet and landing on 2 feet. So it's going to look like this. Good job. Okay, the next one is taking off from 2 feet and landing on 1 foot. So it's going to look like this. Go ahead. Good job. The next one is taking off from 1 foot and landing on 2 feet. So it's going to look like this. Good job. The next one is taking off from 1 foot and landing on the same foot. So it will look like this. One is taking off from 1 foot and landing on the other foot. So it is going to look like this. And that is also called a leap. So I have 4 different activities for you to do today, and we're going to be practicing those 5 different kinds of jumps during the activities. So, just a reminder, we're going to be staying in the general space. We shouldn't be going anywhere else. And then, once I clap, that means the activity is over, and that no more jumping, no more doing the activity. So, the first activity we have is called Jump the River. So as you can see right here, I have jump ropes lined up, and you're going to pretend like you're in the woods and you have to cross a creek. So you have to be able to jump over the jump rope completely without getting wet. So first you're going to just try to do the simple jump, which is taking off from 2 feet and landing on 2 feet through all of them. And then once you complete that, you can go back around and try some of the other jumps, okay? So you can start right here. And are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Good job. I like how you're swinging your arms. Okay, so now that you finished the first time, you can try any of the other jumps that we talked about. So you can take off from 2 feet and land on 1 foot. You can take off from 1 foot, land on the same foot, or take off from 1 foot and land on the other foot. Go ahead, you can start. Okay, good job. Okay, activity is over. We're going to go to the next one. Okay, practicing our 5 jumps again. So the first thing we're gonna do before we start jumping rope is we're just gonna practice turning it without jumping, just to make sure you have that turning motion down. So I'm gonna model what that's gonna look like, okay? So you're just gonna stand and you're just gonna practice putting it over you and putting it back. So you have your jump rope, so can you practice doing that? Good job. Good job. Okay, so then before we start jumping, I wanna make sure that you know that you're not jumping and turning the rope at the same exact time. When you do it, you're gonna go like this. So we're just gonna practice that basic taking off on 2 feet, landing on 2 feet first, okay? So you may start. Good job. Do you think that you would want to try other jumps, or do you just want to do the 2 feet to 2 feet?
I just want to do the 2 feet to 2 feet.
Okay, let's do it for a little bit longer, okay? I'll do it at the same time you do it. I can't jump. Wow, you're even better than me. Good job.
3.
Okay, so for our third activity, we're going to be doing hopscotch. So for hopscotch, our main focus is going to be taking off from 2 feet and landing on 1 foot, taking off from 1 foot and landing on 2 feet, taking off on 1 foot and landing on the same foot, which is a hop. And so this game, you'll just get to practice your jumping skills a little bit more. So I'm gonna model how to do hopscotch for you, and then once you get to square number 10, we're gonna turn around, and you're gonna go back down to the beginning, and then once I'm done, you can start it. So this is how hopscotch should look. Do you feel ready to try it?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Good job. Good job keeping your balance. Great job. Okay, so this last activity is going to be called frog pond. So as you can see over here, I have hula hoops spread out. So the first time we do it, you go around it. I'm going to want you to do leaping. So just a reminder, leaping is when you take off from 1 foot and land on the opposite foot. So it should look like that. So I'm going to model it for you, so watch me, okay? So you can start inside the first one, and then you're going to leap. And then once you get to here, you're gonna go back around, but you could do whatever jumps that you want. So you could do the 2 foot one, you could do 2 to 1, or whatever, okay? So you can start in this one right here. And remember, first you are leaping. Good leap. Great job. So now that you're at the ending, you're going to go back through and you can do any of the 5 jumps we talked about. Great jumps. Good job. I really appreciate how well you've been following directions today. So that is the end of our activities, but before our lesson is over, I have 3 questions for you. Which jump was the hardest?
1 to 1. 1 foot to 1 foot.
Which jump was your favorite?
2 feet to 2 feet.
Why was that your favorite?
It was the easiest.
And then, which activity was your favorite?
The river one.
The river one? Why was that one your favorite?
I just like jumping through in a straight line instead of through hoops.
Okay, well, great job today. Again, I really appreciate how well you did all the jumps and how good you were doing at listening and paying attention and following directions. Thank you.